In the freezing winter of 1939, as the Soviet Union launched its invasion of Finland, they expected a swift victory. They believed the Finnish defenses would crumble like ice under a hammer. What they didn't count on was the sheer grit and unbreakable spirit of the Finnish people, a spirit perfectly embodied by one young woman from a small farming village. Her name was Simo Hayas, equal in the Luttersford, and this is her story. Her name isn't found in most history books, but to the soldiers of the Kala riverfront, she was a legend. They called her the White Angel of Kala when the war broke out. She, like thousands of other women, joined the Luttersford, a voluntary auxiliary organization for women. They weren't frontline combatants in the traditional sense. Their roles were to support the troops, managing canteens, working as nurses, and acting as air raid spotters. But on the brutal Kala front, the line between support and combat blurred into non-existence. The Kala River was where the Finnish command famously declared Kala will hold. And it did, against overwhelming odds. But that stand came at a cost. The fighting was relentless, the conditions subhuman. Temperatures plummeted to 40 degrees below zero. Supplies were scarce, and the sheer number of Soviet troops and tanks seemed endless. The soldiers were exhausted, frostbitten, and fighting a desperate battle for their homeland. In the midst of this frozen hell, our White Angel did more than just serve coffee and bandage wounds. Her canteen wasn't in some safe rear echelon base. It was a simple tent, often just a few hundred meters from the front line, well within the range of enemy mortar and machine gun fire. Every day, she and her fellow latters would ski through the treacherous snow-covered forests, towing sleds loaded with hot soup, coffee, and sausages for the men in the trenches. Think about that for a moment. Skiing in deep snow in extreme cold while artillery shells whistled overhead and sniper bullets whizzed past. The constant danger was immense. Many of the paths they took were targeted by Soviet sharpshooters. They were as much a target as any soldier, but she never wavered. Her presence was a beacon of hope. Seeing her emerge from the swirling snow with a warm meal was more than just sustenance for the soldiers. It was a powerful reminder of what they were fighting for: their homes, their families, their way of life. Her bravery was quiet but profound. There's a story that one day a shell landed dangerously close to her canteen tent, sending shrapnel flying. Everyone dove for cover. When the smoke cleared, she was the first one up, calmly checking to see if the coffee pot was still intact before tending to the shaken soldiers. Her composure under fire was astonishing. She seemed to possess a complete absence of fear, or perhaps a determination so strong that it eclipsed fear entirely. The soldiers adored her. They saw her not just as a provider of food, but as a sister, a guardian angel. Her smile in the face of death gave them the strength to endure another day, another firefight. She represented the unyielding spirit of Finland itself. The Soviets thought they could break the Finnish people through sheer force. They thought a small nation would shatter under the weight of their advance. But they failed to understand that the true strength of Finland wasn't in its tanks or its artillery, but in the hearts of its people, like our White Angel of Kala. She wasn't a general or a celebrated sniper, but her contribution to holding the Kala line was immeasurable. She and the thousands of women in the Lotta Svärd were the backbone of the Finnish defense. If you were inspired by this story of incredible bravery, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more tales of unsung heroes from history. See you next time.